Everybody ready? Hi, my name is Aaliyah, and I wrote the play we decided to call Got Caught. The play is about a mistreated slave woman from the 18th century named Arachne who comes home to her master later than expected.
George, a middle-aged aristocrat, sits at a table, the room lit by a candelabra, sighing and loosening his cravat before closing his eyes and placing his feet on the table. Arachne, a teenage girl, hobbles into the manor, face and hands covered in dirt. She is wearing a hooded cloak and concealing something beneath it. Her hair is wild, and her breathing is heavy. George clutches his chest in surprise as Arachne bursts the door, but sighs and rolls his eyes disinterestedly when he sees who it is.
By the gods, Arachne! What are you doing here so late? You were supposed to be here an hour ago with my dinner. What took you so long?
Arachne grovels in front of the man and presses her forehead to the ground in submission.
I am so sorry, sir.
Enough! I don't want to hear it. I'm assuming that is my meal?
George gestures to what is being concealed beneath Arachne's cloak.
Why, yes. Yes, of course, master.
Good. Well, hurry up. We don't want it to get cold now, do we?
George settles into his chair once more and places his feet back on the table with a content sigh before he is startled by banging on the door.
For God's sake, what is it now?
George gestures and Arachne opens the door. Two military officials enter the room.
Good evening, sir. Please pardon our intrusion. Stolen goods were reported from District 9. We were sent looking for a slave girl who was seen coming this way.
The military chief looks Arachne up and down suspiciously. Arachne's eyes widen.
No,
Silence! Speak only when spoken to. Now, she is nothing more than a slave to the upper class. I'm sure whatever she stole is of no real use to you. A sliver of beef or a handful of raisins at most, if she even stole anything. To think she would have the physical ability or intellect to steal anything of value is outrageous. If there is some pesky thief running around, I should think you'd spend your time actually searching for it, instead of interrupting my dinner to accuse my witless slave of something far beyond her intelligence.
The military officers exchange an uneasy glance. George speaks in a calm, threatening manner.
It would be a shame if I had to put in a bad word with the king that cost you your careers, now wouldn't it?
The military men shift awkwardly.
We were only exacting our duty in response to a shop owner's report, but yes, you are right. We apologize for interrupting your meal.
The men bow in unison, leaving with haste. Arachne is staring at George with an unplaceable look, almost hunger.
Oh, don't give me that look. Next time you cause me trouble, I'll sell you to the mines. You should count yourself lucky you don't sleep in the stables tonight.
Arachne says nothing and tucks a napkin into the man's shirt. She sets the table and plates his dinner carefully and in silence. George takes a few bites and hums contentedly as Arachne stands behind him, pulling out a bag that was concealed within her cloak. Her posture is upright and her gaze is steely rather than meek. A cruel grazed grin forms on her face.
There is one thing I don't understand. District 9 is the weapons district. Odd they found you stealing table scraps in the weapons district. Ha! I mean, I knew you were dumb, but I thought for certain you had at least enough brains to gallivant somewhere like District 4. You know, where all the rats crawl around. You look at one of those disgusting creatures and think, oh, there's a meal for a whole week. Ha!
George's belly laugh echoes in the silence.
With you around, any vermin would be as good as... well, he'd be as good as... dead.
George's eyes widen. Before he can turn around, Arachne has a dagger at his throat, and the stage goes black.